What's up, family? So according to the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump is now giving generals more freedom to fight ISIS. It goes like this, y'all. U.S. military commanders are stepping up in their fight against Islamic extremism as Donald Trump's administration urges them to make more battlefield decisions on their own. As the White House works on a broad strategy, America's top military commanders are implementing the vision articulated by Defense Secretary Jim Mattis: decimate Islamic State's Middle East strongholds and ensure that the militants don't establish new beachheads in places such as Afghanistan. There's nothing formal, but it's beginning to take shape, a senior U.S. defense official said Friday. There's a sense among these commanders that they are being able to do a little bit more, and they are. While military commanders complained about White House micromanagement under former President Barack Obama, they are now being told they have more freedom to make decisions without consulting Mr. Trump. Military commanders around the world are being encouraged to stretch the limits of their existing authorities when needed, but to think seriously about the consequences of their decisions. The new approach was on display this week in Afghanistan when General John Nicholson, head of the U.S.-led coalition there, decided to use one of the military's biggest non-nuclear bombs, a massive ordnance air blast bomb, or MOB, mother of all bombs, to hit a remote Islamic State underground network of tunnels and caves. A senior administration official said Mr. Trump didn't know about the weapon's use until it had dropped. Mr. Mattis is telling them it's not the same as it was. You don't have to ask before you drop a MOB, the senior defense official said. Technically, there's no piece of paper that says you have to ask the president to drop a MOB, but last year around this time, things were meant like, I'm going to drop a MOB, better let the White House know. Now, here's the deal. This is what is very, very, very funny to me. These generals are singing Trump's praises. I do recall back in February, Trump met with like 4 of the U.S. top military generals, and they had a discussion on terrorism and the war on ISIS. And Donald Trump basically ignored most of the advice that was given to him. He ignored the advice that was given to him on the budget. When it came to radical Islamic extremism, he ignored that. In fact, he even ignored even using the term radical Islamic extremism. So all of a sudden, everything is all hunky-dory. I'm trying to figure out how that happened. And let me go back to this piece right here. It says, a senior administration official said Mr. Trump didn't know about the weapon's use until it dropped, till the bomb dropped. Now, see, what I see is that, Donald Trump don't know what the hell he's doing. I think most people know that. Most people know Donald Trump don't know what the hell he's doing. And Trump is like sitting back like, you know what? Man, do what you want to do, man. Y'all handle it, man. Just be careful. Just handle it. Do what you want to do. Because he don't know what to do. He have no idea what to do. So he telling them, man, just go on and handle it. Do what you want to do. Now, y'all know this is an art for Trump. That way, if something go wrong, he can say, man, you know, this guy's incompetent. He can blame the generals. That's what he's going to do. The first time they jump out there and do something wrong, he's going to blame the generals. But if they do something and it works out, he'll say, I gave them the authority to do that. I'm smart because the people that I hired and I put in these positions know what they're doing. So, you know, it is because of me that these plans got executed the way they did. So either way, he's going to take responsibility if things work out well, and he's going to put the responsibility on the generals if they don't work out well. So that's how he working that. Now, remember he also called the generals incompetent and soft. Not to mention that he called POWs losers. Y'all still voted for him, though. Imagine that. Imagine anybody fixing their mouth to call somebody who risked their life on the battlefield and get captured a loser. But that's what Donald Trump said. That's what your president said. He called POWs losers. Now, let me tell y'all this, man. It's no doubt that the generals bring a tremendous amount of experience to the table. But one got to be very wary of stacking the deck with generals, because these guys are in the business of war. They make a living going to war. And so if you make your living going to war, then you want to go to war. And war is costly. It costs a lot of money. Right now, at the moment, we're spending more money than like the top 12 countries are on military. You know, that is crazy. So these guys who are, out there, that are generals, that are supposed to be Donald Trump's advisors and all this stuff, man, you got to be very wary of this, because like I say, these wars, it costs a lot of money, and people want to go to war. People that are in the business of war, they want to go to war. And this costs a lot of money. Now, some people don't mind that because they ain't going to war. They ain't fighting. They just like, get them, get them, get them. But see, when the shoe get on the other foot, it's going to be a whole different story. And so my thing is, rather than us being so itchy to go to war, how about we pick our battles better? And how about we learn to execute a little diplomacy here and there? See, a lot of people got mad at Barack Obama. They thought he was weak because he exhibited a lot of diplomacy. He wanted, hey, man, let's talk this stuff through first before we do anything. If I got to get you, I get you. But if I got to hit you, I hit you. But let's talk this. Let's see if we can work this thing out. That was his move, and it worked for him. See, I would rather go to war with a person who's calculative, a person who thinks things through, a person who's thoughtful, more than I would rather go to war with a person who has a hot temper, makes knee-jerk reaction decisions about life and death. You better think about that. We need to pick our battles better instead of going to war on emotions and rather than opening up a wallet that's full of IOUs. Because America owe a lot of money to a lot of people, but we still find some kind of way to spend money on military. And all of this stuff, I realized one thing. When looking at all of these events, when looking at how Donald Trump's cabinet is full of ex-military people, I thought about it. And I was like, well, a lot of the people that he has ain't really the sharpest knives in the drawer. The people that Donald Trump have with him, those generals that he have, they really are dumber than he is. And y'all know that's hard to find somebody that's dumber than Donald Trump is. because Donald Trump is dumber than a bag of rocks. No more talk.